Hi and welcome to this video. Now you may be wondering by the title, what do I mean that junior roles don't exist? Now it all depends about where you are on the career ladder. Now if you're a graduate and you're fresh from university or college in America, then junior roles are for you. Now if you're looking to get started in the industry, or you've been a bit of an industry veteran, you've got a few years experience behind you, then the junior roles aren't for you. Now let's break this down. Junior roles, mostly if you look on sites like Indeed or Reed or other platforms, you'll see graduates only. They're looking for graduates with no prior experience. Now this sucks a lot because if you're someone brand new, and a bit like myself, you may go, well, I don't really want to do university. Then you're kind of screwed because you go, well, how do I start? Now I could do a whole thing about getting started because, there's good different paths you can go down, and it's all about having that end goal where you really want to go. In fact, I'll do an entire video on that because that's going to be really useful. But I don't want you to get despaired by going, well, what do I do then? There's no junior roles. Where does that leave me? Well, graduates, they go on it. But this is what I recommend to you. Now, if you're starting out in IT, you're probably going to start looking at something like help desk, like first line help desk. And you might do that for a year. Start trying to pick up and brush up on your skills, get certified, AWS Certified Solutions Architect, check out Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform. Got loads of courses on that. Check them out. And like I said, if you're also a mid-engineer and you're like, okay, I want to get into DevOps now, how do I start? If you've been a sysadmin or maybe you've been a second, third line help desk, how do I make that transition? Surely I need to start at junior. Well, here's the big secret, right? If you're fresh into it, you're probably not going to be going for the senior or lead end. In fact, it might be a few more years before trying to do that, but that's a great goal to have, right? Don't get me wrong. Aim for that, but let's start at mid-level engineer. Now, mid-level engineer is a bit like a spectrum. You kind of have lower mid-end and higher, so you can work your way up it. And this is what I try and say to people, especially when they're applying for jobs, is don't be daunted by what they're asking, because a lot of times companies are trying to use like a wide net, or I think the term I've used before is like a scattergun, right? You're trying to get a candidate who kind of matches like maybe 35% of what you're putting out. There's a little fun story, right? I quit a contract role and then I saw what they put up online. And I even said to the hiring guy, I'm trying to say to him, I said, look, what you're asking for on here and what I actually have and what the role actually needs is probably about 3 bullet points, but you've put like 25. Now, if I'm a candidate looking at it, I'm going to be daunted looking at that going, bloody hell, how am I going to meet 25 plus bullet points? But if I actually turn up, I'll actually see I only need like 3 or 4. And, they say, but it's so we can find someone, right? So they'll put Terraform, CloudFormation, I'll put whatever Azure and Google Cloud Platform are. It's not that you're going to be working with those different cloud platforms, it's just that you know about infrastructure as code. And I'll put, and you usually get this right a lot, Ansible, Chef, Salt, Puppet. Now, we don't expect you to know all 4, they just want you to know one of them, so that when you turn up and it's like, hey, actually, we use something else. You're just aware of configuration, you know how to set it up and what it does and why you use it. So that's really what they're looking for. But this is kind of digressing, right? The key thing here, and it's something you'll hear me preach a lot, fortune favors the brave. And like the Special Air Service or the SAS in the UK, who dares wins. It's a really powerful phrase. It's saying, whilst lots of people might be daunted if you wanted to make that leap into DevOps, right? And go, hey, I need a junior role. I've got no experience. If you're brave, right? And you take that huge leap of faith, apply for a mid-level role. And if they do call up and just say, hey, look, I'll be honest with you, I'm probably on the slightly lower end of the experience ladder, but I think I'm there competent as a mid-level engineer. Say it with confidence and conviction, right? Because that's what you are. You practice, you learn your skills, right? You're brushing up. Maybe you're a certified solutions architect. You're not a graduate fresh out of university, so unfortunately, that really does kill off that junior level role. Now, here for software developers, it's slightly different that you can, junior engineers usually are those with lesser experience. But then I even noticed something when I was working with some Deloitte engineers. They were fresh, they had been on some sort of boot camp or something. I think it was a 6-month boot camp. Even then, right, they had no real world, like practical experience, as in like industry experience. They had experience from the code course, I've been through some challenges, but no real industry experience. But they started them off as mid-level engineers. They didn't get tagged with junior. And very quickly, I believe one of them, he did actually start going towards senior. I think very quickly, let's be honest, they're actually pretty good engineers, right? If they're watching this right now, I was 3 on my team who were from the boot camp. I'd say bloody good, right? Because good engineers and you manage to learn quickly and you're picking up fast. That's the point, right? Aim for mid And if you do call up and say, hey, look, I'm on a slightly lower end of the experience ladder, the key thing is taking that leap of faith, right? It's pushing yourself, because here's the other thing. By pushing yourself, you're going to kind of have that like pressure behind, like, hey, I'm going to make sure I'm good enough. I'm going to start learning more. I'm not going to be procrastinating as much. I'm going to work hard to make sure I can definitely meet that expectation of mid-level engineer. And again, this is the really key thing about roles, right? They put these really wild requirements out, but you've only got to meet a small amount of it. I mean, you'll be shocked by what companies ask for and in reality what you need. Applying for roles, like, do you know about this? Absolutely not. But if you flip it around and say, I will learn about whatever that technology is, it's normally just written off and gone, yeah, this guy's good. He'll learn about it. He's passionate, he's confident. This is what we want to hear. And that's what companies are looking for. Don't be disheartened if you see that junior roles aren't applicable or you can't get anything like graduate only. Aim for that mid-level role. Keep confident. Keep staying strong. You are going to get it. It's not a zero-sum game. You are absolutely going to nail it. You're going to take that leap of faith and you're going to succeed. That wraps up this video. I hope you've liked it and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.